You run into trouble, you know, that's sort of your go-to place because that's safe, yeah? And it's so, I mean, you feel comfortable, as you get better in your riding, you feel comfortable with this going forward, you know? I mean, it's, remember when you started riding, whenever that was, the worst thing that could possibly happen was a horse, if you ended up with a horse that wanted to go forward, because I remember on my part, I mean, it was the last thing that I wanted, a horse that was going forward because it scared the crap out of me. Yeah, it's like, because it gives you that feeling of like you're not in control. Yeah, and you probably are not in control, and if your seat is not good enough, you bounce off just because it gets bouncy. But once you ride well enough, going forward is like safe, right? Because the horse can't do anything bad in going forward, you know?
Well, it's good that she didn't do anything bad today. She started out very naughty. She had to be lunged in order to be put on the cross tie. So I thought it was going to be a tough day, but it wasn't.
All right, we'll go back to track line. And then we'll do a little bit of punches in to the right, and we'll do a little half cuts to the right. Nice, good. Bend, maybe do some bend a little more. Good, and now bend, and onto this. Ready? And onto this. There, good.
Nice to see you.
Good.
Sorry.
Super.
Thank you.
Super, very good. Hey, you're welcome. Good job. If you want to get rid of that ugly horse of yours, I'll take them, okay?
I'll send you a price. Bye, Carol.
Well,
See ya.
punches in.
You better introduce yourself first of all.
Very good. Very good. Let's go right at half. Maybe from K to C. So only 2% on stay relaxed, lean into the right, keep your upper body into it. There you go. Nice, do that again. See how far you can make it over. See if you can make it a K. But still quality, okay? You can't reach C, no big deal, but just go as far as until you run out of arena. So it's good. Don't lose the hind end at the end. Look up. Look up. Fine. Very good. Okay, and we'll do the same to the left. The first half pass is just to the center line. So F to C. Good. Doesn't matter. Start over. I think you're lining her up in a line from F to C, and then your right punches in towards C. There. Yeah. That's it. Good. Good. And then track left. And see how, again, we'll see if you can make it an F. If not, no big deal. Just keep going until you run out of room. If you knock all those cones over, you have to buy everybody. Let's see, what can we make of it? Another champagne? There you go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 to go.
At least it's not the people, the
Get
audience.
it rolls. All right, how about a music on the wrong side?
I know, they all do. Everybody's been doing it. I just pulled this down.
And collection volte, bending her. Watch out that there's hands still far apart. Good. And then we'll do one more time diagonal, half pass.
Yeah.
Now use the corner bend and get started right there. Good. Good. Try to keep your left elbow back. Make sure your left arm doesn't start reaching forward. Good. Straight and turn left. Good. Your volte here in the corner. Yeah, that's not enough bend. Yeah, right volte again. With more bend. Much better. See how far you can measure. Right hand down, no reaching forward in the right rein. No reaching forward to the right rein with the right hand. Good, keep going. Good, good, okay, fine. All right, and then we'll finish up with one more medium on the long side though. Round, round, bend in the corner, get ready, go. And collect, and now volte again, bend, mean it, come through, bend. Go ahead, bend. Good. Start thinking about walk, get light, and walk. All right, good, go along the way.
Nice.
Good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. You can see that she's thinking forward. Yeah, she's not thinking I want to back off. She's thinking forward, and it's I can really see it in the transitions. Yeah, yesterday when you did the transitions, she kept sort of being very abrupt in those transitions. Yeah, they're a lot more smooth, a lot smoother today. A lot more. She doesn't lock her back up so much today. Right, let's pick her up again. We're going to do a little bit more canter. Let's set up some flying changes. Maybe center line half pass. If possible, counter canter around that short side, because I don't want to half pass and kind of cram in the flying change. So we turn, half pass, counter canter around, and then the flying change on the next long. So if she's ready, if she's not ready, we don't do it. Okay? If she's not ready, we either don't do a flying change and we stay at counter canter, or we're just going to walk. Haven't decided yet which one. Make a little rounder. Yeah, stay on that circle. Make a rounder by closing your outer fist, not necessarily increasing the bend. First close the outer fist, see what happens. Then maybe increase the bend, and then both hands get light. Ease off, take the tension off of both reins, and then repeat. Close your outer fist. If she hasn't gotten around it, repeat. Outside fist, slight increase in the bend, light. Good. Good. Yeah. And one more time. Don't hold it too tight when you close your hands. Okay, go there. Good. Okay, center line, no running though. No running. Good. Center line half pass. Try to arrive before the left. Way before end if you can. Good. And counter canter. Oh, that's nice half pass. Good. Almost a bit much bent in the neck. Hold on with your left leg. Hold on with your left rein, but have her slightly flex to the right. So on the long side, we're going to make her really straight. Look up, really straight, get organized flying change, right leg, and ooh, that one was great. She got a little long, she got a little strung out on that.
Did, I felt that.
Yeah. Have a little bit more together. Circle, big circle, collect. Make a rounder, closing the right hand, maybe flexing left, backing off. There. Yes, and again, collect. Close the right hand, collect, slow down the canter, round the neck, and get light. When you get light, that doesn't mean that she gets to run off, okay? She can stay at that same pace. Slow, and collect, good, and get light. Center line. Half pass. Slow down. Move it with a bend, and then we're adding counter canter around the short side. Good, line up, shoulders leading, there you go, good. Keep it slow. Keep it collected. Hold on with your right leg. Don't bend it too much to the left. She's definitely flexed left, but not cranked to the left, okay? So have her neck really straight now. Really straight, and then left leg for the flying change. Collect. That one was good. Large circle. Now collect your canter. Slow down. Keep out. Collect. More bend. And line. Paddle. Good girl. Good. And then collect. With your collect with your left rein. Collect with your left rein and round her neck with your left rein. And then aid a little bit with your right flexion, or even with your right bend. And then that whole process is 2-3 steps, and then you back off. There you go. You back off 4 or 5 steps, 3 steps, 7 steps, 12 steps, you know, as long as she stays around, you don't have anything to do.
Yep.
If she doesn't stay around, then without getting into that same sort of rhythmical 2 steps give, 2 steps takes type of rhythm, okay? Because then she'll kind of outguess what you're doing, and then she'll just wobble her head back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
So it's irregular intervals, okay? Different intensity, but technically all the same aid, yeah? Oh, there, nice. Nice. Good. Super, that's good. Yes. Very good. Very good. What you had on that volte, try to have that as your counter canter, okay? So write your half pass, come around, and then write a half pass. And you can come around a big circle, and then center line, half pass, and then write that canter that you had on the volte as your counter canter. That'll be the good setup for a flying change, that kind of a quality canter. Don't knock that thing off. Good. Good. Collector, have it together. Collector. Remember what you did on the volte. Yeah? Pretend you're on a right volte. Yeah? Except that there's a wall on your right. But you write the canter like that volte. Make her straight, have her round. Extra round. Sit, relax, and push. Still now. Walk.
Still down.
We're going to do that again. Counter canter. We're going to change again. Ask a little bit stronger with your right leg back and hold on to the right rein at that moment. So think when you cue her with your right leg back, be as strong as extended canter, and simultaneously cue her with your right rein, be almost as strong with your right rein as a halt. So combine right leg, extended canter with a halt on the right rein. Still one leg. Still one leg. Still one leg. Walk. Do that one more time. Let's do a different line. Change rein, diagonal. Go right with canter. And then we'll go again diagonal, like a short line to E, from the corner to E. M-E with a flying change. But you have to have them really together. Collect. Bend in the corner. Mean it. Set. Make a rounder. Collect more. Too fast. Collect with your left rein. Collect. Hold it together. Hold her on that left rein. Hold her on that left rein. And then get light. Yeah. And then again, hold her on that left rein. Turn sharp. Short diagonal. Hold it together. Hold it together. Get ready. Hold it together. She's running. Yeah. Okay. Good. Walk. I guess she was alive. Walk. There you go.
I've always said please when I get it
Good.
that way. It's getting better, but last year it was not so often. This year it's more often.
Yeah. So you have to have the right combination of collection,
Yeah.
but you have to have oomph in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the trick. I mean, she has to be straight on top of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the timing has to be good. Don't forget to smile and all that kind of stuff. Think collection. Think is sort of the summary of a bunch of things. Okay. It has ingredients that a lot of ingredients that give you collection if you put all these things in. One is straightness, okay? One is you need a lot of power, okay? So there is an element of riding an extended canter. But of course, if you do an extended canter, then you can't ride a flying change because you're going so fast and your horse is so long, and that power is being used to propel, not to carry at that point, okay? So in order to do a flying change, you need a lot of carrying power. But in order to get the carrying power, think she has to be down here and ready to spring up, okay?
Yeah.
So you have to sort of compress her, yeah? So there's a lot of activity and a lot of go and a lot of impulsion and a lot of straightness. And then, in particular for the flying change, timing. Yeah, because the flying change is something that happens in one stride. Shoulder in or half pass and all that stuff, you have the entire long side or the entire diagonal. So if you don't get it the first 3 steps, who cares? You get it later on, okay? No big deal. In a flying change, if you don't get it, you don't get it, right? It's do or die kind of thing, you know? So, which means that the cue for the flying change also, it's one step. It doesn't last. The setup, yes, as you lead up to it, you do a preparation, but then the actual cue that makes our skip from one lead to the other, it's one stride, okay? So it's the phase, one stride, okay? And that goes by real fast. So if your timing is off, it's very easy to miss that moment.
Right.
So there you have to be, so your timing has to be on, the right intensity, you have to have enough power. You can't go too fast, you can't go too slow, there's a whole bunch of things, you know, but if you have all those right, if your collection is there, then you most likely will get your change, yeah? Especially with her that already kind of has a little bit of a clue about what we're trying to do here. Yeah?
Yep.
So there's a lot of setting up, and then you can do exercises that may even help you more. So
Okay.
sometimes coming out of a half pass is a really good idea
Yes.
until the horse does half pass and things and starts anticipating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's not a good idea anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we did that yesterday. I think we had the half pass do the change, I think, right away.
I was
Yeah.
surprised. She did.
And so that's why today I don't want you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good setup. Yeah. It's like dessert is good for kids until all they want to eat is dessert, right? It's no longer good.
Yeah.
It's a nice reward. So. So I think that is, I mean, especially since, I mean, you're going to be aiming for a third level, right? So I mean, that's the sort of the signature movement of third level. So you want to be really have that really nailed down. In third level, the changes are either out of a half pass or on the diagonal. Yeah. So, and again, that's sort of your typical setup. Yeah. And as you want to practice that the way it is in the tests, you also want to practice riding, making sure that you don't lose your counter can in the process. Yeah? So make a point of riding counter can around the whole short side and maybe change direction, ride another center line half pass or whatnot, and another counter canner so that she knows not every time when it comes to the counter canner there's a flying change, yeah? Because there isn't always. Yeah? So don't lose sort of your rideability, even though she may do a clean change. If she does it by herself because she anticipates and it's a perfect change,
Yeah.
if you didn't ask for it, it's a bad change. Okay, it was a mistake. The change itself was good, but the fact that she did it and not listened to you and did the counter canner, that's a mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which needs to be really corrected quickly. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So you would go back, walk, pick up the old lead, and make a point of riding counter canner, in whatever form or shape, whether you just go on a 20-meter circle or on the rail and ride through 2 short sides of the counter canner, whether you ride a serpentine, 3 loops, all at one lead, just make a point, but you make a point of riding counter canner. Yeah, and when you feel, okay, now I've got a listening, then you can do the flying change. Yeah, out of any setup. Counter canner after long side flying change. Half pass onto the center line or a regular half pass all the way across to a flying change. Change lane on diagonal, short diagonal, flying change. Yeah? So anywhere, any place of the arena